Hey fantastic musicians, in activity 2, I'm going to review our exploration of loops and how to manipulate them and get started. This is something that we have done last Monday, but I'm going to do it again because first time for everything is always complicated, but with more practice and more review, we will eventually get it, okay? Oh, the sun is coming out. In the same activity, I'm also going to show you how to put your own titles, save your work and save your title, because that's important to put final touches on your creation. And the most fun part is I'm going to show you how to share your composition, sharing your music that you just created. You can share it with your friends, your families, or the music teachers, or your classroom teachers, or all of the scholars in Santa Ana here online in this class. It's gonna be great. Hey, this is activity 2 and I am going to show you quite a few things. Most of them are review from last week, but nevertheless, it's really important to go over this again. So over here, I'm going to go to my library, just like I showed you last time. And this is not for the project we're gonna start today for activity 3. I'm just going to open a new project from scratch just to show you how to manipulate the loops, okay? So mix editor, this means project. Browse loops, so once you click on browse loops, you will see all of these loops. So there's different ways to, oh, my head is in the way. So there's different ways to find these loops, right? Over here, if it looks like something like this, this means these are like the feature loops, so what's trendy, right? So I'm just going to open lo-fi because all the kids like lo-fi now, right? I mean, I like lo-fi. Anyway, so let's try bedroom beats, and if you click on these playheads, it means you could preview the pack before you commit to drag and dropping them. So let's try midnight lo-fi. So if you open this, you will see there's different patterns of that style that you could play around with. So BandLab is kind of like Legos, but it's music. So I'll show you later. So I'm gonna click on here, lo-fi, to go back to all the lo-fi styles. And your teacher is doing such a good job teaching you how to read English. You could read all of these descriptions, right? What is lo-fi hip-hop? Chilling low fidelity hip-hop, or chill out with these dreamy lo-fi electronica loops. These are descriptors to give you an idea on what these are, or you could just preview them. Let's try this one. So I'm going to click on this anywhere in this box. So it opens this specific pack. And say here's the bass guitar or the bass loop. So these are the pitch. Remember in SongMaker you have to create the pitch and the rhythm. Those are all made for you already in little Lego blocks called loops. Though they do have separate patterns, so the patterns are numbered 01, 02, 03, 04. Watch. Same style, same instrument, but different pattern. Pattern in pitch or rhythm. So that's the first pattern. I like this one. So see, there's 4 different patterns, but they're all the same instrument, right? So let's say I like the bass. I'm gonna, anywhere here, I'm gonna click my mouse, or if you're on your Chromebook, you click on the trackpad and then you just drag in here. This is called your timeline, and then you're gonna let go of your finger and then it pops into the timeline. Now we're gonna start here. We like to start at the very beginning of the timeline. the timeline has measure numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah blah blah. So we're going to click here, and then we could click and drag, and we're going to see this vertical line. Vertical means up and down. This vertical line we're going to line up with the number 1 over here. So we're going to click drag, and it's lined up. We can let go of our finger. Oh, my head is in the way. There you go. All right, so if we click play, it's gonna play for 2 measures. First measure, second measure, and then when we get to the third measure, there's nothing here in the timeline, so there's gonna be no sound. All right, so now that we have our bass, we could try a different instrument, a different timbre, maybe a high sound or a low sound, a dark sound, blah, blah, blah. We should put some kind of other rhythm, not just the bass. So we could try this beat. For when we say beat in music class, we mean the steady pulse. But in other places, like music making, like band lab, when they say beat, they talk about rhythm. So what they mean is rhythm. Just so you know, there's a difference in word nuance. Also, just to let you know, why these are called loops is because loop means to repeat. So there's a pattern for a measure or 2 or 4 measures. It starts from the beginning, it reaches the end, and then it repeats. Kind of like a repeat sign. Except you don't see the repeat sign. You hear it. You hear the repeat pattern. That one's a bit busy. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple, silly. So drag and drop. You see this one's not lined up. It's like somewhere in the middle of 2 and 3. So click, drag, and let go. And there you go. So click on this playhead. Well, this is not a playhead. This is a back to the beginning. And then click on play. All right, let's try one more. Let's try keys. Yeah, not bad. Drag and drop. Make sure this is lined up on the left-hand side. And now you have 2 measures of music. The drum pattern, the bass pattern, and piano pattern. Nice. Of course, there's nothing here. So if we want to make it longer, we can if we want to keep the same pattern. So let's click on the drums called lo-fi beat number 1 that we clicked and dragged. You see this arrow here? We're going to make sure that our cursor is not the hand, because if it's the hand, that means we move that clip. This is a clip. It's like a loop, a clip. Same word. We need to make sure the hand or the arrow becomes the left-right arrow. So when it's the left-right arrow, we can click and drag, and then it will repeat itself all the way until we stop. And we're going to stop until we reach measure 8, the end of 8. So it will stop right before measure 9 starts. Click to the beginning, play. And now it's looping, it's repeating. And the repeated part is faded, right? It's the same color, blue, but it's a little more faded. So let's repeat this one and this one, right? So same here, cursor, double arrow, click drag. Right up to 9. So it finishes all 8 inside. We're going to do the same thing here. Click double arrow, click and drag. And this is always your left button mouse. Okay, now we have 8 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 measures of bass, drums, and keys. Let's start from the beginning. Click on this. Click play and enjoy. Alright, so now that we finished some kind of music and we put all the loops that we like from the pack, we gotta put our own title because we don't want our music to be called New Personal Project all the time. So you could click here, and if you enter here, it's the thing that's already there. It's still there. So you're gonna click, drag, and then backspace or delete. And then now you can type your own project title. Maybe you can call it, so I'm Mr. Lee, so I'm gonna write Mr. Lee's First Lo-Fi, or you could make it more interesting. What does this sound like? Donuts and Chill, how about that? And this is not the correct spelling. This is just, the cool spelling, like on an album or something. All right, Donuts and Chill. Now, the most important part, you have to save. So click on save, and it will save the title and your work. And every time you add things or delete things or move things around in the timeline, you need to click on save. And then it will tell you project saved. Oh, my head is in the way. Here, look. Project saved. And then from here you can go to your library here and it will be right there. Donuts and Chill. Ayo. Okay, so for those of you who want to share your music at any time, whatever music it is, you can go to your library, click on your song, click on the 3 dots over here, and then in the drop down menu click on share. Santa Ana Unified School District, yes. Click on this green link one time. It tells you it's copied to clipboard. Click on close. And then go back to the home page here, the BandLab icon. Go to your district. And then in the comment section somewhere here, leave your link. Control V on your keyboard, like how Mr. Guy taught you for SongMaker. Control V, I'll show you one more time. On my keyboard, Control, hold it, and then with your other finger or your other hand, type V, and then let go both hands. And then click enter, and there you go. Now just to double check that you're sharing the audio, you could click on it yourself. And this is what the other kids and the music teachers see. Alright, it's really simple. And there it is. So that's what the kids see. See, here Samuel shared his too. Is this good? So see, same thing, right? Ooh. Alright, so that's how you share your music, okay? Alright, I know that was a lot. I will see you in activity 3 for our first project assignment. See you there.